So when you get there, are you there, you're just actually walking through the house and then you sit down and just do your, let's make a plan here on what's important to you and when you want to move and all those regular old questions and, what does that look like for you? And if you could, what, all those other questions you do when you're there and try to determine what their time frame is and what will work for them.
Here's my Christmas wish for everybody that's on the call here, okay? You're spending a lot of money on this program and on yourself with the ads, etc. Do not be a discount broker. Don't. You don't have to discount. You guys are, and I'm not saying that you are, I'm just saying I'm challenging you by sharing these things with you to understand that you are already the authority to these people. Your competition is not advertising typically on YouTube in order to generate eyeballs, but you are, right? So what I do is I allow my marketing plan to deal with all of the objections prior to my arrival. So if you were to basically, if I was going to walk you through what that scenario looks like, Marion, it goes like this. I'll go to the house, I'll knock on the door, and I step back from the door. So I'm not standing in, I kind of turn my body to the side so that I'm not looking like a cop or Vin Diesel that probably made bad decisions in life. I'm kidding. So the thing about it is that, I back away, I turn my body and I wait for them to open the door and then I greet them. Hi, and I try to find a genuine compliment. Oh, I love your doorknob, or wow, your house is beautiful, and this is that. And then I immediately, in my hand, I do not carry my marketing plan, and I don't carry my menu of services. So my commissions, I do not carry those. All I have with me are the actives, the pendings, and the solds. That's it. And a pen, and basically that's it. And then what I do is I go, hey, do you mind if I put my stuff down? And they'll say, yeah, no, go ahead, put them over here in the living room, or go ahead and put them over there. And the answer is no. I'm going where, everybody?
Kitchen table.
Kitchen table. If they're taking you anywhere else, they're controlling the meeting and they know it. Okay. So I go, oh, it's okay. Hey, I'm just going to go put it over here at the kitchen table, regardless if it's full of, whatever stuff that they're getting ready to move. Put my stuff down. Hey, great. And then I have my phone. So then I'll have my phone and I'll be like, hey, do you mind if I take pictures and notes about your house? I'm not going to use any of this for marketing. It's only for my purposes of remembering what type of flooring you have, or upgrades that you have, or architectural features that stand out to me and to you. Oh yeah, no problem, Cliff. So I'm taking pictures because when I'm going to leave the house, I don't remember everything that was about the house, but I've got the pictures that are going to tell me about the house, right? And also the things that you love about the house is going to be something else that somebody else loves about the house. Right? The positives aspect of that. So that's what I do there. We walk the property, take the notes, we sit down, and I say, hey, do you have any questions about what you saw and about our meeting today? No. Okay. Well, are you guys feeling like moving forward, getting the house on the market is the right decision? Again, asking questions. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Okay, no problem. Or, we're thinking about it, but we just don't know. And now you can have a more detailed conversation. Obviously, I'm not your broker, but if you're looking at the things and they say, well, someone give me a number, anybody, house number, the value.
700,000.
700,000. Okay. So let's say that they're giving out, we're not going to take a penny less than 700,000, right? And actually, the neighborhood is about 550, maybe 600 all day long with gold toilets. 600. Okay. So, Joanne, it's not San Francisco. Stop giggling. I know you got gold toilets over there. Anyway, so the thing about it is that 700. Great, no problem. So why do you think it's valued at 700? Well, Cliff, our house is the nicest. Isn't that right? Isn't every house any seller that you've ever been with, it's always the nicest one in the neighborhood. It's always the best one. And that's okay. We don't want to diss that. We want to explore that. So this is where your comps come in. This is where I put out the comps and I go, 700, huh? Wow. And at this point, does anybody remember the show Columbo years ago? I might be dating myself. I'm sorry.
I love that. Columbo.
Marie might be going, Cliff. I'm not even around that time, right? Anyway.
Sure.
Columbo was great because he always played stupid at the end, right before he drops the hammer, right?
Yeah.
And so I always play stupid. It's like, 700, really? Okay, how do you come up with that number? Oh, well, I've got this and I've got that and we got this. Okay, great, no problem. But I got a question for you. I'm a little confused here. Maybe you can show me based on these solds, because that's what the appraisal is going to show, how we're going to get to that value when your neighbors are selling for 600, 580, 600, maybe 610. How am I going to get to 700? And may I offer you some suggestions on maybe we can get more than what you want, but realistically, would you be open to having your property appraised? At that point, we have that come to what meeting of I need to see it, or you got to put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Seller. Are you willing to have an appraisal done? Because I can't list your property at that number. At the end of the day, here's the problem. I'm investing my money into your property with the understanding that I get paid on the return once it sells. So I am not here to tell you what you want to hear based on putting a sign in the yard and then we don't talk to each other for 6 months. In fact, if you look at my Proven 89-step marketing plan, if you don't hear from me on a weekly basis, you fire me. But I'm not going to invest thousands of dollars of my money on an understanding that how am I going to get here? Or you've got to take responsibility and show me how you're going to get there so that I can do the marketing and get thousands of eyeballs, just like how you found me. We're going to have more contracts, more offers, which means more money in your pocket. The other thing I'm going to suggest to you, Mr. Seller, is let's get the property inspected before we put it on the market. Why would we want to do that, Cliff? Anybody want to take a stab at that?
Yeah, I've done that too before the market went crazy. But yeah, it's just to make sure that everything that needs to be addressed is addressed before, because we know most deals go south when after inspection and there's too many items that need to be taken care of, and we can address what we can address and decide what not to address. So yeah, certified pre-home inspection.
That's awesome. You're absolutely right, Marion.
Yep.
The thing about it is that people have to understand that one of the tactics that I would use if I had the buyer on your house is I'm going to ask for as many days to take it off the market, to bleed out the time, and then I'm going to come in with a lesser offer after the fact because I've got to get a home inspection. And that home inspection is going to read like Armageddon, isn't it? And then you're either going to have to come out of pocket, you're going to have to repair it, versus, hey, everybody, this is my Carfax. This is what everything is what's wrong with my house. Take it or leave it. Oh, and by the way, we're not going to accept a 5-day, 7-day inspection period. We'll do a 48-hour or you can go ahead and do your own inspection. Either I'm helping you save $500 to $1,000 of your own money and you can accept this from a certified inspector, or we can move on. But I'm not going to take the house off the market for 7 days. But I'm going to help you avoid normal buyer agents' tactics in order to get a better price for their client based on things that you may not be aware of. And if you are aware of them, we can make the repairs ahead of time. During the house being on the market, we can get those things repaired and we can say, this was repaired, this was repaired, this was repaired. What's your next problem, Mr. Buyer? Right? So it's all about helping you net top dollar in the shortest amount of time and getting everything done in an efficient manner. Any questions? That's what I do. And I'm very militant about that because ultimately I don't want to be off the market on someone that's kind of wobbly, right? I want to poop or get off the pot. You like it? No, you don't like it? If you like it, we're going to get this thing sold. And by the way, that's how I get multiple offers done because agents are reviewing those inspection reports and they're saying, no inspection contingency, no appraisal contingency. Here's our offer. Perfect.
Yeah, I need to get back to that. I haven't done that for a couple of years, but I think there's a market now that really is showing that we need to do it.
You have to. I mean, it's like I have sellers that fight me all the time. I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to spend the money. Hey, man, listen, you don't want to spend the money, but you know what? A $500 investment is going to be a $10,000 hit in your pocket because a guy like me is going to just, man, I can't get insurance. I can't do this. I'm going to have a problem with this. And the reality of it is I'm just going to have the insurance company write me a letter. It's not really the case, but I'm going to do whatever I can to help my buyer get a better deal. Now, do you want a guy like me doing that? Or do you want to take my advice and avoid that? How do you set yourself apart? Because if Marion came in and didn't have these suggestions, like I just suggested, how would you feel as a seller? You'd probably be like, wow, I didn't realize that. I wanted to, that other agent didn't say anything about this.
And I just want to say too, on the pre-inspections, that is something that I don't see any other agents in my market doing. So it is time for me to bring those back. So
Well, you're going to be, when you leave these meetings, I want you guys Ferraris. I don't want you Toyotas, right? No, there's nothing wrong with Toyotas, but if you're getting higher commissions, you have to roll like that, right? You got to come in as the doctor,
Mhm.
and that's how you got to roll, because who do you want going to battle for you? You want the pro. That's it. You don't, and there's too many guys, there's too many newbies out there right now, right? You're probably seeing it. It's scary. I've got 4 transactions right now where I'm doing all of the work.